Good evening, everyone. How's it going today? Sorry, excuse me. It's been a while since I have seen everyone. I didn't do a live at the beginning of this week. I was pretty busy, but I'm back on my usual Thursday. I always do a lesson on Thursdays after I come home. So it's good to see all of you today. I hope I can get a few lives in this week. The plan is today, tomorrow, and the next day. Hopefully my schedule lets me do that. It's good to see everyone here today. Of course, I'm going to wait a little bit and let everyone kind of join in. Today, we're going to have a good lesson. It's a very useful lesson because this is the type of lesson, this is the type of grammar that's very important if you want to become a fluent English speaker. Today, we will be studying the past tense. So you can see at the title of the screen, it says past tense. And that is what we are going to do today. And with all of my lessons, we'll go over a little bit of grammar, but mainly it's going to be me asking you questions. You'll fill in the blank, you'll read some sentences, choose the verb you think that is correct. And then after that, it's going to be more sort of situational. You will make your own original sentences. I feel this is the best way for people to improve. So don't be shy. If you're watching live, don't be shy. Type in your answers. Put in the answers in the comment section. If you're wrong, that's okay. That's a great way to learn. So the more active you are, the better. And anybody who's watching this on the replay, that's also good. Make sure that you are trying to make the sentences. So speak out at home, write them out, and make sure you check to see if you're right. All right. So everybody watching on the replay, thanks for joining. I hope this lesson helps your English. So as you can see today, we are, like I said, we're going to be using the past tense. Past tense is so important. I've done a lesson on the past tense before, but it's really important that we do it often. It's important that we review all of our verbs. The more often you're using the past tense verbs, the easier it is to remember. All right, so as you can see, I've got the lesson on the screen, and I'll make it a little bit bigger. The lesson title is, what did you do on the weekend? What did you do on the weekend? And one sec, I just need to get some caffeine into me. It's been a long day. So what did you do on the weekend? This question is something we often ask to our friends, to our coworkers, especially on a Monday. You come back to work on a Monday. Yeah, we often ask our friends and coworkers, hey, what'd you do on the weekend? Now, let's go over pronunciation first, because even right now, I changed my pronunciation. So let's see, if we're looking at the correct, what did you do on the weekend? What did you do on the weekend? I don't sound like that. If I'm going to make a question, I'm going to combine the words together. And that's, what most native English speakers will do, will combine it. So what did you do on the weekend? In fact, what did you? I'm going to be joining them all together. So for me, what did you? This kind of becomes like what'ja. What'ja. I forgot the A here. What'ja. It's a strange word. It's not in English. This is not an English word, but this is just how we say what did you. What did you? My pronunciation is what'ja. And then what'd you do on the weekend? Right? The D is very silent also here. All right, so one more time. What'd you do on the weekend? What'd you do on the weekend? This is really important that you understand the pronunciation. Once you understand it, if you can hear it, that's the first step to using it. So once you can hear it, it becomes easier to use it. So if we look at the bottom, we've got, did you have a good time? Did you have a good time? But if I'm going to speak, I'm going to be joining did you. It becomes did ya? Did ya? Did you have a good time? In fact, even here, have a, I'll kind of make that shorter and I'll say have a. Did you have a good time? All right. This is how we will, sound more like a native speaker. Okay. Now let's look at the next one here. What did you do last night? Okay. Again, remember, what did you? What did you? We changed to what'd-ya. All right. So what'd you do last night? What'd you do last night? That is going to be the typical way to ask that question. Okay, so any questions for anybody who's watching? Sorry, I'm just going to make sure my computer is charging. It almost died there. All right. So anybody watching on the replay, just make sure you're pronouncing things like that. We always make things shorter. Let's make this whole screen a little bit bigger so it's easier for you to see this part here. All right, so I'm going to repeat it one more time. The screen was a little too small. All right, so did you, I changed to did ya. Did you? So did you have a good time? Did you have a good time? And then what did you is what'd ya. What'd you do last night? All right, both of these are past tense questions, but the pronunciation is very unique. Okay, let's keep moving. Let's look at our first slang word of the day. Our first slang word today is going to be broke. Be broke. So be means I must use the be verb. The be verb, right? If we're talking about the be verb, there are three choices: am, is, or are. All right, so that's what we definitely have to use. Am, is, are, be broke. This means that you have very little or no money. All right, you have very little or no money. All right, so let's look at this sentence. It says, I went shopping yesterday and bought a lot. I went shopping yesterday and bought a lot. Now I'm broke. All right, so that means you went shopping, you spent a lot of money, you bought a lot. Now you don't have any money, you have very little money. So you can say, now I'm broke. All right, next word here, awesome. Awesome basically comes from the word good. All right, so anything that is good, anything that is great, we can say awesome. And honestly, awesome now has become a very standard word. I think now it's no longer a slang word. All right, it used to be slang. It means great, good. But for native English speakers, awesome is kind of like a main word now, mainstream word. If you wanted to know another slang word, which means awesome or good or great, then we could say things like this, lit, dope, sick. All right. 3 of these words are very slang, very popular. All right, so let's look at the sentence. The sentence says, I went to the beach last weekend. It was awesome. So it was good. It was great. Okay. Let's keep moving. If you have any questions during this lesson about anything that I cover, you can always ask in the comment section. If you're too shy, ask me later when the lesson is done. We're going to be using past tense today. We're really not going to focus too much on questions, but it is very important that we go over how do we make a WH question. Now, for most verbs, except for be verb, most verbs, we will follow this pattern. We'll go WH plus did plus a subject, and then plus a verb. So, what did you do yesterday? Who did you go with? Where did you go? So all of these are following this pattern. So if we look, we've got, one second here. Oh, one sec. It is not letting me type. Let me just stop sharing this, and I'm going to share it again, see if it works. Okay, yes, I think it'll work. So we've got WH, who, where, all of these. So all of these go here. My did is going here. My subject, you, is here. And then my verbs are here. All right, so we're following this pattern. All right, and then of course, our answers, I watched a movie, I went with my friend, we went to Roppongi. Yes, no questions also. The subject, the pattern will be this, did, subject, and verb. Did, subject, and verb. So, did you stay home yesterday? Did you do anything special? And of course, we will have, yes, I did. No, I didn't. All right, those are your standard answers. If you want to give more information, that's okay, but you don't have to. Hey, Maple, how is it going? How's it going? How are you today? All right. Now, with past tense, most verbs, if it's a regular verb, it's super easy because we just put ed. But the problem is we have a lot of irregular verbs. Drive, drove, go, went, have, had, take, took, be, been. There's a lot of irregular verbs. I've got so many short videos on irregular verbs. So if you want to practice, watch those shorts. You're good. That's good. That's good, Maple. That's good. I'm a bit tired today. I was doing my taxes all day today. In Japan, the income tax season is in March. So I need to get everything done. So I was busy organizing receipts all day today. Yeah, nothing like tax season to drain the energy from you. But I'm starting to get more energy as I do this lesson. So we're not going to go over irregular verbs today because I've done that a lot. we're going to jump right into some of the exercises. Right. So basically here, we'll start off easy. We'll start off easy, and then we'll get a little bit more difficult. Number one, we're going to start off, there's blank spaces. I've given you some of the verbs. If you need to add a different word or another word, please do that. Eventually, I will remove all of the verbs, and then you just have to choose. So if we just look at number one, we know it's a question because we've got the question mark here. And then we know it's a yes/no question because person B says no at the beginning. And we also have the verb go. Go. So something, you, something, go out on Friday. And because it is a yes/no question, what would the answer be here? And I'm going to put the pattern up here again. So that will be the pattern, did, subject, and verb. Thanks, Maple. I appreciate that. I'm glad you stopped by. I really appreciate that. Don't stay up too late working. I did that yesterday. So good luck. Thank you. All right. So whenever we do a yes/no question, the pattern will be this: did plus subject plus verb. Did plus subject plus verb. All right. So basically, because we've already got the verb given to us, we've got the subject given to us, my answers will be did, you, and then I will put here go. Did you go out on Friday? Did you go out on Friday? And the answer says no. The answer says no. And it says there should be a period here, I believe. And then second says I something invite friends over, and I something cook dinner for them. So because it's no, my answer here is going to be no, I didn't. And then here we're just making the past tense. Invite is easy because it's a regular verb. So it's invited. I invited friends over, and I cook is a regular verb. So it's just going to be cooked. All right. If it's a regular verb, you just have to add ed. All right. So number one, again, if we just repeated it, says, did you go out on Friday night? No, I didn't. I invited friends over, and I cooked dinner for them. That is perfect. Okay. Let's look at number two. We've got how, which I've given you the WH question. We got you, and we've got spend. All right. So whenever we're making a WH question, the pattern is going to be this. All right. So how is my WH? So next, I know I've got did. We always have to put did here. All right. So that's easy. I'm just going to put did right after the question. So how did, now I've got my subject. I've given you the subject you. How did you? And then now my verb. Right? The verb is just going to be as is. We don't change the verb here. You know, we don't have to put this into the past tense because we already have this as my past tense. this is my past tense. So this verb becomes a regular verb. So how did you spend your last birthday? All right, and then my answer here, we've got have, enjoy, complain. All right, so 2 of these are regular verbs, 1 is irregular. All right, so the first one, I, something, a party, have is an irregular verb. Have is an irregular verb, so we don't put ed. Past tense of have is had. I had a party. Enjoy is a regular verb, so I enjoyed it. And then complain is also a regular verb. So we say, but the neighbors complained about the noise. Okay, so far so good. We're starting off quite easy. I've given you a lot of regular verbs, so you're just adding ed. So number three, I haven't given you any verbs here. So I've just got what, you, last night. So if we look at our banner, what, you, last night. So I know after my WH, I have to have did. All right, so I'm going to put did here. What did you something last night? Now, if we look at the answer, it says I something to the new Tom Cruise film. The key word here is to. This means we're showing some movement. Maybe movement to the film, movement to the movie theater. So if we've got what did you do last night, and we know Tom Cruise's film is in the movie theater. So if you ever talk about movies in that situation, we are going to say, I went to the new Tom Cruise film. I something it. You got like the exclamation point. What could we answer for that? For me, because it's got the exclamation point, and I know Tom Cruise movies are really good, you know, maybe someone said, I loved it. Okay, let's keep going. Number 4. This is the last one for the fill in the blank here. We've got something, you, something, anything special over the weekend. And very important, we've got yes here. So yes is telling me it's a yes, no question. So we've got here. Most likely we use this, did, subject, verb. So we've already got did. We'll go at the very beginning. All right. And you is the subject. Now we need a verb. Did you something, anything special over the weekend? For me, what I'd say here is, did you do anything special over the weekend? Did you do anything special over the weekend? And we have the answer yes. So we always want to make a full sentence. Yes, I did. I've got shopping. I something shopping. Unfortunately, I something all my money. Now I'm broke. All right, so in this one here, this is really important actually, because we're talking about shopping. Shopping is an action. So whenever we have an ing activity, shopping, swimming, snowboarding, skiing, whenever there's an ing activity, we always use go. Go. Okay, so it's always go plus ing activity. But this is past tense. So I went shopping. Unfortunately, I something all my money. Now I'm broke. I something all my money. Now I'm broke. If you're broke, that means you have very little money. So they went shopping, now broke. So most likely they bought many, many things. So you could say, unfortunately, I spent irregular. Okay, yes, I did. I went shopping. Unfortunately, I spent all my money. Now I'm broke. Excellent. Okay, so let's look at the next section here. I'm gonna might just do one more section, and I've got two more sections made, but we might just do one more. We have a lot of quiet people in today's lesson, so maybe we'll do one more. And this section is called word power collocation. All right, so the more vocabulary you know, the more power you have when you need to speak English. What we are going to do today, first I'm going to take the banner off the screen. What we're going to do today is I've got a lot of different activities on the screen. Got art exhibition, vacation party, trip, shopping. A lot of fun, the dishes, dancing, a play, the laundry, housework, swimming, a good time, a movie, and a day off. Okay, so these are all activities. We want to match these with their respective verbs. So for example, did. If you're using did, which of the nouns above will match to make a new word? For example, for me, I would say housework. Right? These go together. Did housework. What else? So housework, we'd be using did. Laundry is the same thing. Laundry is going to be the same thing. All right, so you did laundry, you do laundry. Okay, what about next? Went. Went, went, went. Now remember, before I said, whenever you have any activity, an ing activity, so I'm going to put that here. All right, so whenever you have an ing activity, it's always going to be go. So here we're using went because it's the past tense. All right, so let's look for ing. We've got shopping. All right, so you always are going to say went shopping. Okay. Other ing, dancing, Swimming. Okay, so all of these, please remember, ing activities use go. Next, let's go to had. Had. All right, a couple of these, what we could say is had a lot of fun, had a trip, had a good time. Okay, so one more time. Oh, we can also say had a vacation. I didn't see that up there. Okay, any questions so far? Remember, I had a lot of fun. I had a trip. I had a good time. I had a vacation. Okay, some of these you can repeat, so don't worry. Okay, see, saw. What did you see? Okay, I saw an art exhibition. Okay, so I saw an art exhibition. I saw a movie. All right, so art exhibition gone. Next one, took. All right, took is always going to be took a vacation. Took a day off. All right, and there's some other ones out here that we missed. Obviously, took a trip is going to be here. If we're going to do party, it's going to be have a party. Okay, so we've got vacation, party. Dishes is going to go under do. All right, so do the dishes. Okay, had a lot of fun. How about play? Play. Here you could also say here, you saw a play. Play is a type of performance. Okay, took a day off, had a day off, saw a movie, went to a movie. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we'll do one more exercise. We're going to do two of them. One's going to be I'll do together. The second one will be for homework. We're going to make it a short live today. We'll just make it a short live today. I think everyone's tired. No one's really being active. So I'll save this for another day. But I do want everybody to try to make a sentence before we go. So I've got the same question. What did you do last weekend? All right. So I've got the word movie. So all you have to do is make a sentence using movie. And of course, this is your idea. This is talking about last weekend. So movie, you make a sentence regarding this. All right, so for me, what I would say for this, I went to a movie. I saw a movie. I watched a movie. For me, I went to is what I usually say. Okay, so what I want to do, and I'll leave actually two here for homework. Two here for homework. We'll do number 2 and number 3. I want you to make a sentence, like one sentence for each. Make sure your subject is I. And actually, let's do number 4 as well. These will be your homework. All right, this will be your homework. All right. All right, so this is going to be your homework right here. 2, 3, and 4. Make a sentence using the subject I. You can see number 5 on the screen too. If you want to do number 5 for homework too, that is also okay. All right. So it's really important that we study the past tense. But it's important that we're active in today's lesson. In any lesson, I want you to try to be active. Just kind of like a Maple came in just to say hello. Things like that really improve your English. All right. So I will be doing another live tomorrow. It'll be a little bit later in the day. It'll be about 11:50 Japan Standard Time, maybe midnight. I'll leave a message in my community site. If I don't do the lesson, that means I've become very busy at work. But right now, most likely, I will be doing another live lesson. We might finish this lesson and then continue with a new lesson tomorrow. All right. So if you're watching on the replay and you did this homework, most likely we will review it tomorrow as well. And then we'll move to a new lesson. All right, guys. It was good to see everybody in here. I look forward to seeing you guys all again. Make sure if you're watching this on the replay, you enjoyed the lesson. Very short lesson today. Usually we go over an hour. But if you enjoyed the lesson, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Give me a thumbs up and hit that notification bell. All right. So remember, most likely I'll be doing another live tomorrow. So come join me and let's try to improve our English together. All right. Until the next time. See ya.